In the fight against Mantis, he will read your mind, allowing him to dodge all attacks. Turn this ability of mind reading against him by switching to Controller Port 2, and his powers can't read you any longer. After dispatching Mantis and traveling further with Meryl, you will encounter the beautiful and deadly Sniper Wolf. She shoots Meryl in an attempt to lure Snake into the open. To even the odds, you need to backtrack and get the PSG-1. Defeat Wolf in a simple duel that then leads to Snake's capture. In captivity, you will be interrogated and tortured by the one-handed Ocelot. Your torture turns into a mini-game of survival where you will have the option to submit and tell Ocelot about the mission. The outcome of this mini-game determines the ending you will receive. If you withstand the torture, you escape with Meryl. If you submit, Meryl will die and you will escape with Otacon. After being tortured, Otacon will help you escape the brig. While imprisoned, you have a cellmate. It's the DARPA chief, but he's been dead way longer than 3 hours. Put the chips together, and it's revealed that the DARPA chief you met was really Decoy Octopus, but why he suddenly died remains a mystery. After your escape, you'll proceed to the communications tower and be forced to flee from Liquid Snake in the Hind D. However, once you reach the top of the second tower with the Stinger missile system in hand, you can swat that buzzing fly, ending the first in an annoying series of fights with Liquid. Descend the tower and you'll be ambushed in the snowfield by Sniper Wolf. Another duel ensues, this one being a tad more challenging than the first. After you dispatch Wolf, Otacon will appear to mourn her, and reaffirm with Snake that you're both going to keep fighting. Switch over to Disc 2 and proceed through the blast furnace and the transport elevators. Fight through an ambush and you will arrive at the cold storage unit to find Vulcan Raven standing between you and the hangar to Metal Gear. This behemoth has you outgunned, but by using cunningly placed C4 charges and guided missiles, you can fell this pinhead with ease. Proceed and you'll be standing face to face with Metal Gear Rex. At this point, Otacon hacks the computer mainframe and relays to Snake that the PAL card in his possession is actually all 3 and simply needs to be exposed to various temperature levels. At the same time, Master Miller reveals via codec that Naomi is a spy, working for some kind of secret organization, and she injected you, as well as others, with a poison known as Fox Dye, which is being used in a government program and secretly administered to a long list of people. Listening in on Ocelot and Liquid in the control room reveals that Metal Gear is active and they're planning on bombing a Chinese zone, but it's all misinformation to deceive Snake into activating the weapon for the terrorists. When you insert the third PAL card, you activate the final boss sequence. Master Miller is revealed as Liquid Snake, saying,
"Snake, did you like my sunglasses?"
The battle with Metal Gear begins. The mysterious cyborg ninja intervenes, revealing his face and affirming himself as Grey Fox. He aids Snake against Metal Gear and even destroys the radome sensor before being squashed into a cyber ninja stain. This forces Liquid to open the cockpit and visually confirm his target. With the cockpit open, you can blast Metal Gear apart with the Stinger missiles. With Metal Gear in flames, all seems over when Liquid emerges from the rubble and begins explaining to Snake about the Les Enfants Terribles project, which gave them both life from the DNA of Big Boss. Then another project, the Human Genome Project, which sought to enhance individual soldier genes by adding clone genes from Big Boss's DNA. This experimentation, which ended in failure, continued from the late 70s through the early 90s. Big Boss's genes were injected into soldiers during the Gulf War. The government had to conceal the experiments with stories of PTSD and anti-sarin gas injections. The genome soldiers on this base were also bred entirely from Big Boss's DNA. In effect, the soldiers you've been killing all mission are actually your brothers. In the end, the reason the USA sent you up here was so the government wouldn't have to go public about the Rex project, or the existence of the Genome Army. Regardless, Snake continues to fight to achieve his mission objectives, which now include silencing Liquid for good. A fistfight on top of a flaming Metal Gear begins. After knocking Liquid off, Meryl or Otacon will escape with Snake via a Jeep chase scene. Pursued yet again by that fucker Liquid, you'll crash at the exit. In a final cutscene, Liquid is killed by the Fox Dye virus. Many fans say that the virus confuses the two twins, but I don't see how they could have both been injected with the virus. and I believe that Snake directly contracts the pathogen to Liquid during their fistfight encounter. But whatever, what matters is that it's the end. Snake rides off into the sunset with either Meryl or Otacon, and disaster across the globe has been averted for yet another day. After the credits roll, a phone conversation between Ocelot and a figure named Solidus ensues. It looks like the bad guys have the optical disc data, and even in 1998, we gamers knew that could mean only one thing: sequel. Join us in 1 week, when the series moves to another console, the PS2, and the torch of Hero is passed to the next generation.